Hi everybody, I'm Ryan, and today we're going to talk about how to sideboard with Ruby Storm in Modern. If you want a big look at the deck, like overall look, deck tech, that kind of stuff, be sure to check that out. I posted that on the channel at some point last week. This is just going to focus on the sideboard, so let's jump into it.
The storm is insane outside. Wait, is it raining rubies?
So this is my Ruby Storm deck, and what we're going to find when we sideboard with this stuff is some things never come in because they remain something that we like always want to wish for. And then some things come in almost all the time, and often we're going to be sideboarding out a lot of the same stuff because this deck has a plan, is very good at rocking that plan, and so we're going to be siding out of things that are flex slots within that plan quite a bit. So we're going to be siding out of Strike the Rich, going to be siding out of Glimpse the Impossible. These things will come out first almost every time. And then Artist Talent, you know, is probably the tier 3 of that. And then shaving like possibly a Ritual, maybe a Pass in Flames. But that's really all we'll be taking out normally. So we just need to make sure that our primary game plan is still functional and still very good. That being said, as far as the sideboard goes, we're playing Orm's Chant. It's mostly to beat other combo decks and beat counter spells and things like that. Silence is just Orm's Chant number 5. Prismatic Ending for hate pieces that we absolutely need to answer, or other combo pieces and things that we need to answer out of opponents' decks. Grape Shot is going to stay on our board as something we wish for. Brotherhood's End is a really decent board wipe that we can wish for in game 1, but also very, very good against Affinity. Empty the Warrens is something that we're going to stay on our board, something we can wish for if Grape Shot isn't going to do the trick. Pass in Flames, this just Pass in Flames, by being able to wish for it and having one in the board, we are essentially playing 5 Pass in Flames. This the Pass in Flames we wish for. And then Flage is very good if we think our opponent can stop our combo. We want to dig in for the long game, and just having the option to dig in for that long game is pretty powerful. That being said, the most popular deck in Modern is Boros Energy. Against Boros Energy, Prismatic Ending is very powerful. It is not only good against their creatures and their aggressive draws, but also can take out Ghost Vacuum and Rest in Peace and anything else they might play. And we are going to take out the Strike It Rich and the Glimpse the Impossible. This is how we sideboard against Boros Energy. The second most popular deck is the Izzet Prowess deck. Against Izzet Prowess, we just need to be faster. Like, that is the name of the game. However, we can stop kind of what they're doing in Prismatic Ending. So taking out the Strike It Rich and Glimpse the Impossible for a number of Prismatic Ending is also pretty fine. There's an argument for bringing in Orm's Chant and Silence because often they run Surgical Extraction and like Consign and Spell Pierce on their board. But I think just trying to be really, really fast, and then when it's time to rock and roll, wishing for that Orm's Chant or Silence or whatever, and just like casting it and forcing them to interact then is a little bit more powerful. This is how my sideboard against Izzet Prowess. Eldrazi Ramp is the third most popular deck. Against this deck, we're running it back. We're faster than them. We just absolutely need to just like be fast. There's not a lot on our board for this deck, so this is how we're not gonna sideboard against Eldrazi Ramp. The fourth most popular deck is Dimir Murktide. We absolutely need the Orm's Chants and Silences against this deck to be able to fight through all of the counter magic. So we're bringing all of those in, and they're going to take out our usual suspects, including just one Ritual. This is how my sideboard against Dimir Murktide. The fifth most popular deck is the Mirror Match. In the Mirror Match, we're bringing in the Orm's Chant and Silences because we can actually interrupt their combos like super quickly and like easily. I'm not a big fan of Prismatic Ending because we aren't hating each other out with permanents. It can take out the Rumi Medallion and Ral, which is really nice, but if you're playing against like a competent player, they're not going to play it until the turn they go off anyway. So this is how we're going to sideboard against Ruby Storm. The sixth most popular deck is Amulet Titan. Against Amulet Titan, I'm entirely okay with taking a reactive role. Orm's Chant is really cool because after they do their thing, you can make them not be able to attack, so they can't actually kill you. Also, if you like cast Orm's Chant or even Silence in response to a Summoner's Pact, then they have to just pass the turn and then pay the pact on the next turn, which is absolutely hilarious. And we're bringing in Prismatic Ending. Just being able to take out the amulets is really important for winning this matchup. That being said, we're taking out Strike It Rich, taking out Glimpse the Impossible. We're going to shave on a Pass in Flames. We're going to shave on a Ritual like we have before. And then we're just going to cut our Artist Talent. It's just way too easy for them to answer. It will never sit. And this is how I sideboard against Amulet Titan. The seventh most popular deck is Belcher. Against Belcher, they bring in a lot of counter magic. Also being able to silence in response to Lotus Bloom coming off suspend is extremely, extremely good. So we're just bringing out usual suspects. That's how we're sideboarding against Belcher. Notice this is a lot of the same sideboards. It's because like this is a really dedicated and focused plan, frankly. Domain Zoo is the next most popular deck. We're bringing in the prismatic endings. Often they bring in like Damping Sphere and things to hate us out. Plus they can take out all their like crazy 2-mana creatures. We're going to be taking out usual suspects in Strike It Rich and Glimpse the Impossible. You're gonna take usual suspects in Strike It Rich and Glimpse the Impossible, and that's how we're sideboarding against Domain. The ninth most popular deck is Affinity. Against Affinity, we have to bring in these silences because they have pretty powerful counter magic that we need to be able to stop them from doing. I'm gonna leave one silence in the board actually, just so we can wish for it to kind of force their hand. We're gonna bring out the usual suspects, and this is how we're gonna sideboard against Jeskai Affinity. And then the 10th most popular deck is Mono Green Basking Broodscale. Against Broodscale, Prismatic Ending is pretty powerful because you can take out a lot of their artifacts. You can take out Broodscale itself, Delighted Halfling, all of that stuff. Take out usual suspects, and this is how we're sideboarding against Broodscale. And there you have how to sideboard against the top 10 most popular decks in Modern with Ruby Storm. If you like this video, please be sure to like and subscribe. Check me out on social medias. Links are above me and in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.